Okay, video number 4, improvising on Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. We've already covered the basic notes of the piece and the scale. We've talked about half step above the main note, half step below the main note, half step above and the whole step, and then 2 half step. I've been through that. Okay, now, harmony. As far as harmony is concerned, you got a basic, we call it a tonic. Tonic is tonus, the basic tone of a scale. That's the basic tone of the C major scale. That's the basic tone of the F major scale. That's the basic tone of the G major scale. Now, your right hand can have different positions. Here you got the root and the bass. We call it the root, the basic tone. There's the position of the fifth, but the fifth's on top. It's just the basic GBD. But you can change this, and you should be able to do this. So you get an idea of how chords may be inverted. Bottom note on top, or the top note on the bottom. Top note on the bottom. The top note here on the bottom. The top note here on the bottom. See, it's all the same chord. F, A, C. F on top. A on top. Put C on top. Put C on the bottom. Put A on the bottom. It's all the same chord. This is something you just get used to doing just normally. That's why I did. It's more interesting. And it's also just good practice to be able to do these things in a natural way to communicate whatever it is you want to communicate. Remember, music communication is abstract. Feelings, character, moods. Okay, so tonic, C major. The fourth note of the scale is called the subdominant. Why is it called the subdominant? Okay, I'll explain that. The fifth note of the scale is the dominant, and that's dominant indicates something to do with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the dominant. G is the dominant of C. All right, now let's go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5, sub, under. Okay, so it's called subdominant because it's 5 notes under the tonic, or it's under 1 note under the dominant. So either 5 notes below the tonic, subdominant, 5 notes above the tonic, dominant, dominant, subdominant, dominant, tonic, subdominant, dominant, tonic, subdominant, tonic, tonic. See, when you're doing these things, even when you're working with what the dominant and tonic and subdominant did, do those little things I just did. All right, in the key of F. F is the tonic. 5 notes up. Now the major scale, remember, half step between 3 and 4 and 7, 8. 5 notes up is C. So C is now the dominant of F. It used to be the tonic of C. But now F now becomes the point of reference. It's the scale. So 1 to 5. Now go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 8 to 7. 8 to 7 of the major scale, because F major scale has that B flat. 1. Okay. So 5 notes below the tonic is the subdominant. 5 notes above the tonic is the dominant. So the subdominant, the dominant. Tonic, subdominant, dominant, tonic, dominant, tonic. Subdominant, dominant, tonic, subdominant, dominant, subdominant, tonic. G. 1, 2, 3, 4. That D is the 5th note of the G major scale. It's called the dominant. 5 notes down. C is the subdominant of G. Okay. Now, up an octave. So there's the tonic. The 4th degree is the subdominant and the 5th degree is the dominant. Either way you want to take a look at it, but please understand this. The tonic, the dominant, and the subdominant. These 3 chords, the tonic, the subdominant F, the dominant G, are the only chords within a major key that are major chords. What I mean by major, it has the major third. A major third is made up of 2 whole steps. So it's the 3rd note of the C major scale, is the major third. In the key of F, 1, 2, 3, is the 3rd note of the F major scale because it's the major third. Alright, G, whole step, whole step. B is the 3rd note of the G major scale normally, so it's a G major triad. So, 2 whole steps makes a major third. 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 Okay? It's another bit of information that's helpful. Okay, now in improvising harmonies. You work with it. You play with it. There's nothing more that I can teach you on that issue. Okay? But see that energy in putting da 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 da. Sometimes I put that. I'm just in the right hand. Sometimes in the left hand. I'm sure you noticed mistakes I made in there. I'm letting it pass. The point being that you will make mistakes. Keep going. Notice I didn't stop because I made a mistake. This is terribly important that mistakes are irrelevant to your playing. The most important thing is that you keep going. It's just like in life, you know, you make a mistake in life, or you're set back financially, or something happens in life, you broke a leg, I don't know what all, you got sick. Well, in terms of the long haul, those little things are irrelevant. The thing that's irrelevant is you keep going. And I can't stress that enough, especially if you're playing with a group. You keep going and you listen what is happening within a group, or if you're playing with a singer or a drummer or whatever, you must keep going and you must keep that beat going. A 1, 2, 3, 4. That is paramount. The beat. Okay? Now, we can start off by change the rhythm, not a problem. Now those are sort of interesting chords because they're modern sounds. They're not your classical. That is correct, right? No, that's boring. This is maybe not correct. Perfectly good sound. so long as it's within a beat. Perfectly good sound. See, good, that's good. See, I delayed getting to C. I wanted to go to C, but I thought, I'll wait here for a while. So. Emphasizing. That's what I was. Okay. Now, instead of having the third on the bottom, put the third on top. It just depends on when thinking of that as a G chord, thinking of that as a C chord, thinking of that as an F chord, whether it is or not is important. Think of that as a C chord, okay, or an E chord. I don't care. E chord. The third on the bottom, it's more like an E chord, E minor. If you have the C in here, it's more like a C, E, and G with third and the bass. But think of these as the root portion of your chord, 1, 4, and 5. Notice I played around the G chord, the F chord, the G chord, F chord, G chord. Now, 2 on the bottom, so third on the bottom, third on top, put them together. And by the way, you gotta punch these things a little bit. Da 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 do da 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 da. Well, I hope that gives you some idea of how to harmonize your chords with the idea of 1, 4, and 5 anywhere you want to put it. And eventually you'll come around to doing something that you like the best. But then 6 months from now, you probably won't like it. You probably want to do something entirely different. That's growth. But unless you experiment, unless you do these kind of things, you will never grow. If you are always looking to memorize something the way it's written or the way it's supposed to be, that's a dead-end street. You do not grow. So, grow. Bye.